In Chandler, Arizona, Emily and Brady Kaiser faced every parent's nightmare: the loss of their 3-year-old son Trig, who drowned in their backyard pool in May 2025. The Kaisers, known for Emily's popular social media presence, suddenly found their private grief thrust into the public eye. As condolences poured in, so did scrutiny, raising questions about pool safety, parental responsibility, and whether this tragedy could have been prevented. Law enforcement began a standard investigation, turning the family's agony into a public case file. The central question: was this a tragic accident, or did it amount to criminal negligence? The Kaisers' public profile intensified the spotlight, making every development a matter of public debate. Emily sought to protect her family's privacy, even taking legal steps to keep sensitive records sealed. This tension between public interest and private grief set the stage for a legal process that would test the boundaries of justice and compassion. The story that follows is not just about loss, but about the difficult intersection of tragedy, law, and public scrutiny. On an ordinary day in May, Emily was out with friends while Brady cared for Trig and their newborn Theodore. In a brief lapse, just 3 to 5 minutes, Trig slipped outside and into the pool. Brady's frantic search ended in heartbreak when he found Trig unresponsive in the water. Emergency responders arrived quickly, performing CPR and rushing Trig to the hospital. For 6 days, the family and their online community hoped for a miracle. Tragically, Trig's injuries were too severe, and he passed away. The incident shifted from a near drowning to a death investigation, triggering a formal law enforcement review. Investigators focused on the timeline, Brady's account, and the challenges of supervising 2 young children alone. Every detail, from the home's layout to the pool's accessibility, became crucial evidence. The family's unimaginable loss was now at the center of a legal inquiry. Chandler police launched a thorough investigation, interviewing the Kaisers, neighbors, and documenting the scene. Detectives weighed the facts against Arizona's legal definitions of negligence and child abuse. After weeks of evidence gathering, police recommended charging Brady Kaiser with Class 4 felony child abuse. This was not a final decision but a significant step, moving the case from tragedy to potential criminal matter. A Class 4 felony carries serious consequences, but the ultimate decision rested with prosecutors. The police believed there was enough evidence to suggest a gross deviation from reasonable care. Now, the fate of the case was in the hands of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Arizona law sets a high bar for criminal child abuse, especially in cases of alleged negligence. Prosecutors must prove that a caregiver's actions were a gross deviation from what a reasonable person would do, not just a tragic mistake. Criminal negligence means failing to perceive a substantial, unjustifiable risk, a far higher standard than simple carelessness. The burden of proof is beyond a reasonable doubt, requiring a unanimous jury to agree. In this case, prosecutors had to decide if Brady's brief lapse while caring for a toddler and a newborn met that threshold. The law demands more than evidence of harm. It requires proof of egregious neglect. The question, would a jury see this as a crime or a devastating accident? The answer would determine whether the case moved forward. After reviewing the evidence, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office declined to file charges against Brady Kaiser. Prosecutors concluded that, while the loss was heartbreaking, the facts did not meet the legal standard for criminal negligence. They determined a jury would likely view the incident as a tragic accident, not a crime. The decision underscores the difference between a devastating mistake and criminal conduct. The justice system is designed to punish gross negligence, not every heartbreaking error. The Kaisers' tragedy remains a painful reminder of how quickly life can change and how the law must balance justice with compassion. In the end, the case closed without prosecution, leaving the family to grieve without the added burden of a criminal trial.